Hello students, until now we have discussed about meristematic tissue and simple permanent tissue. All these tissues are like each other and made up of one type of cell. Now we will discuss about complex permanent tissue. The complex permanent tissue consists of more than one type of cell having a common origin. So here we can see different structure of the cell. There are different cells having different structure, but all these cells coordinate to perform a common function, but their function is same. Complex tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are both conducting tissues and also known as vascular tissue. Together both them constitute vascular bundles. So together xylem and phloem is called as vascular bundle, and these are conducting tissues. They carry out the function of conduction, transportation. They carry out the function of transportation of food and water. This vascular or conductive tissue is one of the distinctive feature of complex plants, which made their survival possible in terrestrial environment. So this is the particular feature of complex plants, and due to these tissues, these complex plants are able to survive on the land. So first complex permanent tissue is xylem. Xylem is a vascular and mechanical tissue. Most of the cells of xylem are dead, and that's why it also provides mechanical strength to the plant. Xylem is composed of cells of four different types: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers or xylem sclerenchyma. Except xylem parenchyma, all other elements are dead and bounded by thick lignified wall. The deposition of lignin, the thick walls are present. Tracheids and vessels are tubular structures. Due to tubular structure of tracheids and vessels, this tubular structure allow them to transport water. Most of the xylem cells are dead because they act like pipe, and so they carry out the function of water transportation. In this slide we can see different cells of xylem tissue: xylem parenchyma, xylem sclerenchyma or xylem fiber, vessels and tracheids. Function of xylem is, the main function of xylem is to carry water and mineral salts upward from the root to different parts of the shoots, and so it is also called as water conducting tissue. So the main function of xylem is the transportation of water. It transports water only in one direction, that is from roots to the different parts. So only in upward direction it can transport the water. Since walls of tracheids, vessels and sclerenchyma of xylem are lignified, thick and lignified, they give mechanical strength to the plant body. The parenchyma stores food and helps in sideway conduction of water. So this is the function of xylem tissue. Next is phloem. Phloem is living conducting tissue. It also contains tubes just like xylem, but does not perform mechanical function. Phloem is composed of following four elements or different types of cell: sieve tubes, companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Out of these, only phloem fiber is the dead cell, rest all the cells are living cells. So phloem is called as living conducting tissue. Sieve tubes are slender, that is tubular, tube-like structure with perforated walls. Companion cells are living parenchyma cell lying on the side of the sieve tubes. Sieve tube and companion cells have close cytoplasmic connection with each other through fine pits. Phloem fibers are thick walled fibers with simple pits. phloem parenchyma are thin-walled living cell of parenchyma of phloem. Here we can see the structure of phloem. Sieve plate. This tube-like structure is called as sieve tube. Phloem parenchyma, phloem fiber and companion cell. In this diagram, we can see comparison between xylem tissues and phloem tissue. See, tracheids is there in xylem tissue, and we can see in xylem tissue there is only one way water and mineral conduction takes place, but in phloem tissue two-way flow of water and food we can see. No end walls between cells. We can't see pit or end walls between the cells of xylem tissue, but the cells have end walls with perforation in phloem tissue. Thick walls of lignin are present in the xylem tissue. Here companion cells are present which are there for the food storage of cell. So this is xylem and phloem. Now we will see function of phloem. The main function of phloem is conduction or transportation of photosynthetic product, that is photosynthetically prepared food materials are transported from the leaves to all the parts of the plant. So in phloem transportation is two-way transportation, that is it can transport food in upward direction also and in downward direction also. So it transports food material from the leaves to the storage organs and later from storage organ to the growing regions of the plant body. Phloem is complex permanent tissue which does the work of translocation of organic food material from leaves to various parts. So this transportation of photosynthetic product is called as translocation. Next is protective tissue. Protective tissues are a part of plant tissue system. Protective tissue includes epidermis and cork. The outermost layer of cell called epidermis. It is the outermost protective layer of plant organs. The epidermis is usually made up of single layer of cells. But in plants of dry habitats, the epidermis may be thicker for protection against water loss. That is to avoid loss of water due to heat. It is thick in the plants which are present in the dry habitat. Cells of epidermis are elongated and flattened without intercellular space. As their function is protection, so there is no intercellular space present between the cells. They are living cells, but their inner contents are similar to the parenchyma cells. Epidermal cells on aerial parts of the plant secretes a waxy water resistant layer on their outer surface. So epidermal cells of aerial plants which is exposed to air, which is exposed to the environment, are secreting some secretion which protects that aerial parts, different parts of the plant from the water loss, mechanical injury or invasion by parasitic fungi. As the role of epidermis is protection to plant, this tissue forms continuous layer without intercellular space. Students, if we observe leaf of plant carefully, we can see small pores in the epidermis of leaf. These pores are called as stomata. These stomata are enclosed by two kidney-shaped cells called guard cells. They are necessary for exchange of gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor with the atmosphere. So stomata helps for the exchange of gases, for intake of carbon dioxide, for the process of photosynthesis and for release of oxygen. Loss of water in the form of water vapors, also known as transpiration. This also takes place through the stomata. Epidermal cells of roots, whose function is water absorption, have long hair-like parts to increase the surface area for efficient absorption. See, the function of root is to absorb water, and so the epidermal cells of roots are having thin hair like structure to increase the surface area, because more area means more absorption of water. In desert plants, epidermis has thick waxy coating of cutin. This cutin has waterproof quality to avoid loss of water. In some plants living in very dry habitat, the epidermis may be thicker for the protection against loss of water. Functions, most of we discuss. See, function of epidermis is protection of plant from injury and infection. Cuticle of epidermis also helps to reduce water loss by evaporation to prevent desiccation. Desiccation means removal of water. Stomata present in the epidermis allow gaseous exchange. Next protective tissue is cork. Cork cells are dead cells without having intercellular space. They appear at the periphery of roots and stems when they grow older and increase in girth. So when that plant become tree, it become older, then we can see these cork cells. They also have a chemical called suberin in their walls that makes them impervious to gases and water. Functions of cork. The function of cork in plant body is to provide protection. It protects plants from external injury and infection. It also prevents desiccation, that is loss of water, dryness due to removal of water. Since cork does not catch fire easily, it is used for insulation, shock absorber. It is also used for making sport goods such as shuttlecock, table tennis paddles, cricket balls, etc. So all these are different types of plant tissue.